Hello everybody, welcome to Red Tool House. On today's video, we're going to monkey around the log. Now we're going to go up on the hill and grab a maple tree as we walk off camera. We're going to grab a maple tree that I cut down in one of our previous videos, kind of a gnarly looking red maple. And we'll crack it open and see what we've got. See if we got a little surprise there. It had some interesting figure that I think we can get some neat slabs out on the mill. So let's check that out. This is a squatty little red maple. We featured it in a video a while back when we were touring our North Ridge here. A little red maple that had blown over across the road and just had some a lot of knots, a lot of figure. You see where at some point its main trunk got disrupted. So we're just going to slab this, I think, and just see what we can find inside of it. I think it'll be interesting. It's going to be fun to try to get on the mill and get to lay flat, but we'll start slabbing it and see what we get. Just got to get it down the hill. Got to get all the way down there. Man, that is an ugly looking log. I may just be making sawdust here. So at least she's going to fit. We're going to be able to mill it. And obviously, we're just going to do slabs, so we're not going to square cant. Because obviously I tried to square it, I'd lose everything from here on. So we're just going to do horizontal slabs and see what we get out. We'll take some first cuts with the knots, get those off, and get a flat slab side, and then probably flip it. I don't know, we'll see. May flip it, may just leave it where she lay. Well, clearly you can see this maple has led a hard life. So it has all kinds of knots in it and inclusions. Obviously twisted grain up here at the top. Quite a bit of undulating grain there. A little bit of rot in that spot. That was that one branch there. But even with this twist and turn, you can see there's just all kinds of beautiful grain there. So I'm going to keep milling. I am going to have to cut off this knot. Get my chainsaw and cut that knot off, because my guide's not going to clear that on the next pass, I don't think. I'm going to continue slabbing. Debating whether or not to turn her over, but I think I'm just going to keep slabbing. Alright, now it can't be a proper sawmilling demonstration video if I don't dump the water on the wood, right? That's what you got to do. So here. Ooh. You hear everybody at home going, ooh, ah. It really is gorgeous. Now this is a soft maple. This is not a sugar maple or hard maple. So it's actually got a little bit of wormy things going on there. Got a little bit of inclusion from some worms and pests. Again, a lot of coloration from the stress of all the different knots. It's got a little bit of curl in some places, but nothing too crazy there. But I really love the color. We go from a pinkish, reddish hue all the way out here to the white and the sapwood, and even a little bit of green. So this pretty piece of wood. Do one more water dousing, and I'll try to keep the glare of the sun behind me. So look how pretty this crotch wood turned out. The grain on that's just gorgeous. All kinds of neat stripes and lines in it. Little inclusions from branches and a heart coming through a little bit there. Really is pretty. Turned out great. So you may be wondering, because I'm wondering, what is the plan with this really odd lumber that we've milled? Again, there's not a straight edge on it. I really couldn't put a straight edge on the whole thing without losing it all. But what's the plan? What do you do with something like this? Well, I milled all this 8 quarters, so roughly 2 inches thick. And I'm going to rick it, and we're going to let it air dry for a bit, and then we'll eventually put it in the barn. Back in the heyday when I was doing a lot of woodworking, this would have been a ton of inventory for me to do custom inlays. I would do I'd do stair treads, I'd do cabinets, I'd do benches, do all kinds of things, and I'd put inlay details in them. in this really unique grain, all this figure, all this color, all these extra stripes would really come in handy to offset whatever primary wood I was using. So if we were looking at a white oak, then maybe something here that's going to break that up. Really neat contrast if the piece was walnut and we incorporated some of this maple in, or some of the darker woods. So you could do cutting boards, you could do handles, you could do all kinds of neat things with it. Small, the beauty of this is when you cut it down into small pieces. So I could come back after it's dried and cut it into 1 foot lengths, 2 foot lengths, and I could trim up one edge here. Use some of these pieces for smaller components, think of knife handles, those type of things. And probably give a lot of it away to friends that do a lot of that stuff. I've got a friend that turns pens all the time, so probably send him some of that to play around with. But it's really neat to look at something. This was a windblown tree that I just sawed and kind of pushed out of the way because it was blocking my road. But taking the time to bring it down here, put it on the mill, and really open it up, to me, it just screams God's creation is just unbelievable, because something that's just one tree out of a million growing here on our valley has this much beauty in it. So that's really exciting. I love opening wood like this and just seeing what you can find. Well, if you guys have any questions or comments below, some ideas, what you think I should do with this, just give me a shout below, and we appreciate everybody watching. Take care.